celebrating the mistakes that all parents make. You're listening to the Shit Dad Podcast. G'day, and welcome back to the Shit Dad Podcast, where we change you from lad to quintessential Aussie dad while celebrating the fatherhood wins and bins that come with it. I'm Nick.
And I'm Dave.
And we thank you once again for taking the time out of your busy days to have a listen to us talking about all things fatherhood. This week we are talking about the work-life balance and how to stay present as the best dad you can be. Dave, we're on our own again this week.
Yeah, no Cam.
No, it's fresh, but we feel just feel naked.
It does.
Doesn't help that I got no pants on.
Nah, we never have pants on when we record. Let's not tell listeners, hey?
Let's kick it off with joke of the day, though.
Mate, I've been doing some study,
Okay.
and it came up on my feed of everything that I do at the moment. You know, busy man. But some scientists got together to study the effect of alcohol in people's walks. Yeah, the results were staggering. What about you?
An elderly couple are in a church. The wife leans over and whispers to her husband, "I'll just let out a long, silent fart. What should I do?" The husband replies, "First off, replace the batteries in your hearing aid."
I could only just imagine that.
Do you know what I miss so much about COVID? Everyone wearing face masks, so you could just drop on wherever you wanted, whenever you wanted. As long as it wasn't loud, no one smelt it.
Oh, so you're worried about that? I'm just worried about people hearing it.
Oh, hearing it?
Yeah, that's all I care about.
Yeah, okay, fair play.
I'm not worried about people. So I will crop dust you all the time.
Okay. It's not often, Dave, that we get to sort of prove our craft as fathers. But I got the rare chance on the weekend when the wife went out with some friends, like over that sort of end of the day period where you're sort of getting the kids changed, getting them fed, getting them showered, all that sort of stuff.
So we call that the witching hour.
Yep. So the witching hour. We're not often that dads, unless sort of you're in the broken family sort of thing, but it's not often that a married dad gets to prove his craft in that area. And I must say, without tooting my own horn, beep, because I nailed it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, smashed it, mate. It's not even a humble brag. I'm just going to town.
Go, please do.
So cooked, cleaned as I went, got him fed with minimal fuss. Like there's obviously the get back to the table, you stop piss farting around, all that sort of stuff. Within 15 minutes, all fed and done.
Damn.
Finished the movie. Sorry, we started with a movie, paused it, ate dinner, finished the movie. And then they were all they looked tired, but they were still like trying to throw a second wind in there.
There was enough energy in the tank that you knew
they wanted to keep going, and I had to nip it in the bud real quick. So I was like, all right, let's go upstairs. Time for a shower. And they started running around upstairs. I was like, get back here. I'm going to count to 5. I swear to God, if I get to 5, I'm going back downstairs and you can do it yourself. I was like hoping to God that would work because I tried to catch the words that came out of my mouth. I was like, "Fuck, that was the wrong thing to say," because they would love that shit.
Yeah, of course they would.
So anyway, got him showered, got him pajamaed. As they were reading books, I decided to get a little bit cocky. There was still about 45 minutes to bedtime, which I thought time management wise was fantastic.
That is unreal. If you got them dinnered, showered, in their PJs.
Yep. 45 minutes to spare
and
before the time they'd normally go to bed.
And they were starting to read books.
Yep, starting to read books. They were calming down.
And you're a brave man. 45 minutes.
Yeah, I'm on cloud 9 by this stage, and I was like, I'm going to see how far I can push it. I'm Icarus. So I've decided to...
You know what happened to Icarus, though?
Yeah. Got it done. Yep. And I was like, all right, I'm going to clean the bathrooms. So I cleaned the bathrooms. No dramas at all. And like, I didn't get as far as the showers. I just sort of did toilets, mopped the floors, all that sort of stuff. Probably 10 minutes each bathroom. Kids are not making a peep. They're just reading. I must have caught them on a good day. I must have. But it was mint. And then by the time I finished, I was like, I didn't even need to read them a book because the oldest one had read a book. They did story time where one sits on the bed and reads a book to the other two are sitting on the floor, like class time.
So they literally,
They made a game out of it.
so all three of them had to read.
He did my job for me. It was phenomenal. And then I was like, all right, toilet time. Let's go to bed. Bedtime. You know what it's like. And they were out. Game over. I was downstairs playing FIFA with a glass of whiskey by 7:15. They usually go to bed at 7.
Bullshit.
100%.
Oh.
The dream came true. So dads out there listening, it's possible. Anyway.
No, that is unreal though, by the way. You actually did. Was that the night you sent me the photo?
Yeah.
Really?
Dreams come true, mate.
Oh.
Dreams come true. Sent a photo to Dave with a PlayStation controller in one hand and a glass of whiskey in the other.
I couldn't believe it.
Dreams come true.
That was unreal, mate. Congratulations. But listeners, you need to stop what you're doing right now. Go and click follow wherever you're listening to this episode. And if you're feeling a little extra nasty, leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts.
Only if it's nasty.
Yeah, they're the ones we want. Don't forget, if you want to add value to your house and get your dad bod out, follow Anytime Fitness Griffin, Black Property Group, right this minute.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to throw Dad of the Week out there. This week we've given Dad of the Week to someone only Brisbane famous.
Yeah.
So we've gone with Cam.
Good on him.
Our boy Cam.
Oh.
First father of the week, first dad of the week. So congratulations, Cameron. So to all the listeners who have been keeping up with us, Cam's and Jess have had their baby. And he came out healthy and Mum and Bub were phenom. So picture to come. But very first dad of the week goes to our boy Cam.
Congratulations, Camo. Well done, mate. I have seen those photos out of you, like of Cam and the kids in the family. Damn, how good are they? Like, how good are they both pulled up? Like, birth of a baby. And I'm proud to say, love seeing like siblings.
Yeah.
With their new babies,
Yep.
like it's just unreal.
Yeah.
And if anyone had ever met Zach, like sitting still for
He's
Zach,
like my Mr. Five as well,
exactly. But you could just see how calm he would have been. He's in that.
That's probably a great bit of advice to any dads who are having siblings come out soon. Not them, obviously. They're leaving it to the wife's parts, but if you can get your kid, the youngest. Wait, far out, Nick, calm down. The older siblings involved straight away. It's awesome. Gets them.
That gets them right in there.
Yeah.
Love it. Well done, Camo.
Okay. Second segment, white lies. Okay, so I'm going to tell you 3 parenting facts.
Yep.
And you have to tell me which one is false.
Okay.
2 are true and 1 is false. All right.
Oh, yeah.
White lies. Right. Number 1. Between 1991 and 2016, jobless couples decreased by 5%, yet stay-at-home dads increased by 1%. Jobless couples down 5%, stay-at-home dads up 1%. In 2018, statistics showed that 18% more dads took paid leave after the birth of a child than 2004.
Yeah. Okay.
So 14 years later, 18% more dads are taking leave after the birth of a child. And the final one, between 2002 and 2015, statistics showed that fathers did double the paid work, half of the childcare, as in like your own kids, half of the childcare, and the same amount of housework as the mums, the same amount.
Sorry, between when?
2002 and 2015. So, number 1, rehash.
Yeah, go.
The 15 years between 91 and 16, jobless couples decreased by 5% and stay-at-home dads increased by 1%.
Yeah.
2018, 18% more dads took leave after the birth of a child than 2004.
Yep.
And between 02 and 2015, fathers did double the paid work, half the childcare, and the same amount of housework as the mums.
See, just those numbers at the end just stagger me. But then I'm wondering if that's just to trick me. And I'm wondering if you're just being crafty and just all of them are semi-true and you just changed a couple of little facts in there.
I think I'll narrow it down. Which one do you think is... Which one are you leaning to?
The last one, just because of that staggering fact.
Right.
Yep.
So we'll get rid of number 1 and 2. Now you have to pick which one is wrong.
Their housework.
There you go. The same amount as housework.
There's no way. I started thinking, like, oh, hold up. Housework.
We do more, right?
Yeah, exactly. And why? No, but the childcare, well, it's only half. I mean, like, you just told us how much you did, 100% of it.
Yeah, exactly.
No. I started thinking, in all seriousness, like, well, yard work. Like, I look at
That's
it.
considered housework?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh, because I leave it for so long, sometimes it takes me like 3 hours to do it. And I'm like, well, yeah, but how long does it take to vacuum? And then, I'm like, yes, it would. But yeah.
That's true. So, yeah, in the last, this is between 2002 and 2015, so I didn't get the most recent one. I just saw that staggering jump and I was like, I've got to get on that. So fathers did double the paid work. Yep. So more mums stayed home with the kids. That's fair. It's always been the case. It's sort of leaning the other way now with, as point one said, more dads are getting involved in the after paid leave.
Yeah.
Half the childcare, which it comes with working more.
Of course it does.
And then the same amount of housework as the mums. So it turns out that between 2002 and 2015, dads did less than half of the housework than the mums.
Yep.
I reckon if you're looking between 2015 and 2023, that's going to jump to almost the same.
Yeah, I reckon so too.
Yeah.
But same with the other facts, so you'd see them increase with stats. You'd see the childcare going up too.
Yeah.
Less of the paid work, the paid work one dropping down as well.
Yeah.
And which ties perfectly into what we're going to be talking about
right about now. Give us a spell. The dads have gone to knock the top off a cold one and have a captain cook. The ankle biters aren't giving their mum some strife. They'll be back in a sec. Don't blow your top. Dave, so we're talking all about work-life balance.
It's
this
perfect.
week. Yeah, and
Perfect
that ties
segue.
in perfectly from the white lie segment. Work-life balance, Dave. What's your experience? How do you maintain a work-life balance that gives you the professionalism at work, but also creating a relationship or maintaining a relationship with your wife and kids as well?
Mate, I guess our chat on the way here, when we were carpooling, it came down to a conversation that I had.
In our limo.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry, when I say drive down.
Because
yes.
we're massive.
We were chauffeured down here by David. No, you met a mate today.
Yep.
And you guys just had a big chat, and this topic kind of came up. I had the exact same conversation with him last week.
Yep.
And it came up, this work-life balance. And later on, we'll hear from our tdaddery booster share, and chucked out to the polls and whatnot and what they say. But my experience is you do what's good for you.
Mm-hmm.
But before you can do what's good for you, you need to figure out what it is you want in your work-life balance.
What's the balance that you like to have in your house?
See, I have changed, especially since having kids, because that's why I needed a work-life balance. You needed it. But especially after number 2 came along, I've realised, don't get me wrong, I love my job. I love where I teach, all of those things. However, I have come to realise I am just a number. Yeah. Like most people are in their workforce. Yeah. So because I'm a number, I started to going, I used to like to leave early, but I saw the pressure that was putting on my almost 4-year-old now. Yeah. Trying to get her out the door. I saw the stress that it was putting on then the wife, me, all of us, and the frustrations, and then sitting there and feeling like shit on the way to work because I had just rushed her and I felt like crap. And, and then the emotions just boil. I saw that and I was like, no.
It's a bit like what Cal was talking about last week, our guest, how everyone's always like rush. Like we have to go, we have to be out the door, have to be here by this time. We're putting so much pressure on the kids, hey?
Definitely. And I sat there and as well, and it's not so much, hey, I could get up earlier and so there's plenty of times where I'm like, it's crazy and I need to leave or whatever, and we're both, we're all running late. But this was the point, I'm like, well, I'm not waking up my daughter just so I can leave. Yeah. So now I'm at a point where I get to work as long as I'm there before any meetings I have or before the start of the day. Yeah. And that's enough for me.
Give yourself the bare minimum amount of time that you need to get
Yep.
prepared for the day. Yeah.
That's exactly right. And same things, kind of the afternoons as well.
Mm-hmm.
I will stay back for as long as I need to stay back.
Yep.
But my priority is trying to get home and spend some time with these girls to do it. So that's my experience. My experience is it was changed over, but it was a realization, and that was kind of, I guess, a bit of my dad vices, whatever we're going to call it. But you've got to realize if there is something wrong, and then what do you want to change about it?
Yeah.
And honestly, sitting here, I think we both know, and all of our listeners know, who the experts are going to be on this, and it's your partner.
Yeah.
Talk to them, listen to them. So, mate, that's me. That was my experience, and a bit of my dad advice is
Outstanding.
talk to someone that's in your life, and do it before it's too late, and you either burn yourself out, your kids' relationships dwindle, or worse, like you fuck over the missus, and that's it, and you're trying to make amends, plus all the other stresses that come in life.
Very good. Well, I'm going to come at it from the other angle, mate.
Go.
I'm the shift worker, so I get 4 days on and 4 days off. So my work-life balance is pretty much there for me.
Yeah, perfect.
So anyone who does shift work will know that it is better for your work-life balance because you spend way more time at home than you do at work. So I do 2 night shifts a week. Sorry, 2 day shifts. Yep. Where I'm at work all day like the average Joe Monday to Friday.
Yep.
But it's only for 2 days, and then I'll do 2 night shifts. So I'm at home the day before my night shift, the day between my night shifts, and the day after my night shifts. So I'm still expected to do all those sort of school drop-offs, cook dinner, all that sort of stuff. So the funny part about that white lie segment, the third point where we were doing 50% less, I'm sort of at the other end of it. Yeah. So because my wife does work Monday to Friday, she's a teacher as well, I'm the one that's cooking dinners. I'm the one that's doing the cleaning during the day and the washing and stuff, just to take that pressure off the wife. So it's when it comes to shift workers, I think you've got to look after yourself in the way of sleep. So make sure your sleeping habits are right. Yeah. You're present when your kids are around and like when you're awake. So make sure that a good point comes up later that I think we'll all sort of relate to, but when it comes to the phones and the TVs and stuff, but if you're there with your kids, just be there with your kids. Like if you're there with your wife, be there with your wife, because like it's not going to last forever, eh? So that's my experience with the shift work side of things. I've got this one rule on my days off, right? So it makes doing the housework a whole lot easier, eh? Because I just do as much as I can between school drop off and 11 a.m. As soon as 11 a.m. comes around, it's tools down. So I get from 11 a.m. to 2, or whenever I go to pick the kids up, 2:30, to do whatever I want to do. And that's self-wellness. So like gym, swim, binge watch a show if it's that sort of day.
Yep.
Go shopping, food prep, whatever you want to do, but it's your time to do whatever you want to do. And I think that ties in well with what Cal was saying last week about sort of blocking out, making sure you block out time in your diary for yourself, because you're not going to do it otherwise. If you get an extra half an hour here and there, you'll be like, oh yeah, that's my time, whatever.
Yep.
But unless you say between 12 and 2 on a Friday, that's my time. No one can. I'm off, unavailable for meetings, unavailable for everything. That's my time, and then I'm doing the school pickup, and then we're going for ice cream. You know, that sort of stuff. As long as you've got that sort of habit, I think you're going to be all right. But
yeah, see, I think that's awesome. Like Cam mentioned that. Now you said it ages ago, where working from home, he would at an allocated time. No, this is my lunch.
No meetings, yeah.
This is it. No, I will not meet in that time. This is my time. And he'd go and do something for himself, whether it was going for the walk or do his little hit plus his lunch.
Yeah.
I think we all fall into that habit, depending on your profession as well. It's more like the office workers will say, where you will go, oh yeah, okay, I'll take that meeting, and you realise you've missed out on your lunch.
Yeah.
And then you go home, you're hungry, you're cranky. It all affects you.
I've got something that relates to that as well. So, and it's a message that's come from basically every guest we've had, right?
Yeah.
And it's sort of only come to a T in the last 2 or 3 episodes. to be the best person you can be at home, the best dad you can be, the best husband you can be, the best person you can be for yourself, don't take work home. And the way you're going to do that is when you get home, talk to your missus or talk to your partner, talk to your kids if they're in your face, and say, I need 10 minutes. When I get home from work every day, I'm going to go and empty the bins. I'm going to go do something. Every day, that's my 10 minutes. It's de-stress, deload, and relax. I'm going to go take a shit, whatever you've got to do to get 10 minutes to yourself.
10. That's a 45-minute exercise for
That's
us
right,
blokes.
yeah.
We know that.
Doing poos was probably a bad example. But yeah,
but I get it. Yeah.
Take 10 minutes to de-stress, deload, and leave work where it is, where it belongs. And then you are fully present when you get in from the old 10-minute break, and it's you're on. That's family time.
I loved what a couple of our punters sent in.
Yeah.
Very similar along those lines.
Should we bust them out now?
Yeah, I reckon that's a really good idea.
That's a good segue.
Yeah.
Seggers. All right, I'm just bringing up my phone. That's why I'm trying to pat it out. All right, so we put the question out on the socials. Work-life balance, what's your advice for staying present? The first response was, fucking wish I knew the answer. Does anyone have the answer? We all want to know the answer.
Well, we try to here
Yeah.
talk about it. There is going to be no one answer.
No,
That's
there's
why
no
everyone's
one
spoken
answer.
about what the experts say, because
We're talking about our experience, and this is what the Shit Dad podcast is about. We talk about our experience. We ask the guests about their experiences because at the end of the day, experiences is what people are going to try. Because if it works for us, it might work for them. It might not work for them.
Exactly.
But we're talking about experiences. So
exactly.
Staying off your phone as much as you can. It's hard, but so worth it for the children. Very true. It's basically just reiterating what we yarn about all the time. Just chuck the phone down, fucking, because it's everyone's biggest problem.
And this is the one that kind of stuck with me, reading them as well. And perfect. After that one, staying off the phone.
Put the phone down and watch, soak it all in.
Yeah.
I found that to be the best.
Yeah,
That was the next one.
Yeah, see, I love that. Sometimes I find myself actually lost
Yep.
watching the girls.
Yeah, right.
Especially now, one's crawling.
They're time wasters, aren't they?
Massively. So like you put that phone down and you see, like it's on those TV shows when you realise you put it down and then it's like, oh, fuck. What?
Yeah.
Shit, this is what I'm missing.
Yeah.
The one stuck with me was, I think it might be the next one after that, is in turning it to a game.
Yeah, play a game with your kids that they hide your phone. Walk in the door, phone is hidden, engage. How good is that?
You're killing two birds with one stone.
Go hide this for me. Boom. As long as they remember where they hid it. Or at least put it on loud so you can call it.
Yes, yeah. Okay, so there's our actual advice. So this is advice. If you're playing hide and seek with your phone, turn it on loud first, okay?
Yeah. I'm going to try that, see how it goes. But I think the last word sums it up, engage. So just be there and engage. Right, and the modern bloke on Instagram, hit him up, the modern bloke. Have a finish work ritual, which what we were talking about before, to disconnect from work. 15 minutes he gives himself, right? An extra 5, that's fair. 15-minute block walk, then dad mode. So he's saying go for a walk, just completely disengage from the house and leave work where it belongs, outside of the house, and then come in and engage dad mode. Bang, bang.
Boom. See, I love that. I love what the previous one to that did as well, though, incorporates the two. Because you engage dad mode straight away, but you're forgetting your work. Because how many of us get work emails on our phones?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's gone off and it's like, I've got to look. Wait, no, my OCD's now kicked in.
Yeah.
Like, no, I can't,
all right, I have to reply to that.
Yeah. And you know what I mean?
Totally.
Like, and especially in my profession, you'd see it with with your missus. We get emails at
Dojo
whatever
all the time. Yeah.
Oh, we'll see you at Dojo or whatever it is. Mine's emails. And I sit there sometimes and either I'm fuming or I think, I've really got to reply to that.
Yeah.
When really, no, I don't.
No, leave it till the morning before work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm fuming, I'm always go, phone away.
Yeah.
Not doing it.
Here's a dad who is a FIFO daddy, so it's all about making every second count at home. Then there are other FIFO dads who just don't get enough time at home to actually cherish it, so they make every second count, which is good. Making sure you're as present as you can be when it's family time. Use after bedtime for you time. After bedtime is adult fun time.
That's exactly right.
But I guess that could be counted as you time, yeah.
But it is what it is, you time. It's podcast time for us.
It's podcast time for us. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. We don't get that time.
Nah.
That's why we get our pants off.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that is the story poll. So make sure you get involved because it gives us a lot to talk about on the podcast. Whenever we throw a poll up or a question up, do your best to answer it on Instagram at shitdadpod because it's great to give, like we were talking about before, giving your experience to enrich other dads' lives. But Dave, I think it is definitely time for something we've got to reword, but this is what it is.
Shit Dad story.
Yeah.
That's our rewording.
Yeah, we reworded it. That's it. Done. Shit dad stories of the week. So they don't have to be moments, just funny things that popped up during the week that other dads will go, oh, shit, yeah, that happened to me too. Just relatable stories.
This was a reflection on us, recently where we said, oh, we're rehashing all the same ones, like the same fuck-ups, we'll call them, or whatever they are, or thinking too hard for them.
Yeah.
I just the idea of just a story,
just
where
whatever's
we get a laugh,
during the week.
get a laugh or something that's funny that happened, a bit of humour to get it out there and want to share. Anyway, I've got two. I had none, but I've got two. So being present at the time, like every good, family man, I stocked up on nappies when they were like super special. Enough to build a cubby house out of them.
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
Love
so
that.
they're in the garage at the moment. But so we've got a couple of sheets out, whatever. And Miss, almost 4, I'll say, loves it.
Yeah.
Absolutely loves getting the cubby house. Turns on my little camp torch. It's unbelievable. She absolutely loves it. Brings her dolls in. We were sitting in there, and stupidly, I didn't think about how much the pillars on this cubby house would slide when the things were moving. There was a couple of near misses of full nappy boxes falling onto not only just Miss 4, but Miss 10-month-old who was crawling about in there as well, and then trying to get up on them because she's at the standing age. And I'm like, oh yeah, no, this was not well thought out. So I was on very vigilant dad mode then. So that was one of them. So it was almost my shit dad. And the other one is I led Miss 4 too much into this comment, and I kind of knew where it was coming because I found it super funny in my head before I even said it. Got home from work today, and there she is in her little trike with the trailer down my front lawn. It's a tiny little with 10-month-old in the back, and they thought it was the best thing ever. The wife obviously figured it out today, and I was driving up the street. She's like, "Call me when you're coming home." I was, yeah, cool, did it. So that's what I came home to. Them, 2 of them on their little trike going, it's crazy. Anyway, having a little play, jumped down. Miss 3 and a bit says, "Oh, going on the farm. You're a horse, Daddy." Jumps on my back. Horsey ride. Yeah, go on the farm. And then I left my front door of the car open. She jumps in. Anyway, I'm going. I'm leaving the farm. Oh, well, if I'm the horse, what's Mummy? Horses can't talk, Daddy. I'm like, okay, but what's Mummy? Thank you for telling me. Yep, what's Mummy? And she looks. I kind of led into it. Like, Mummy's a cow.
Oh, no.
Look, I thought it was hilarious.
You set it up perfectly, too.
Of course I did. I wanted it. When you want something to happen and then it happens. But then I look over at the missus and I'm like, oh. And there was a giggle and a laugh.
Is this going to be received?
This is perfect. Perfect. So we played some farms at my place. What about you?
Oh, mate. So I've got a few stories. I'll just throw them out there and see what comes of them. So going off yours.
You mean said night of you being solid at?
Yeah, pretty much. No. One of the boys came with me this afternoon round to a mate's house to do whatever we were doing. Anyway, on the sign off, you know how you got nicknames for each other in the boys group chat and stuff,
yeah, and
or you just say something stupid. Anyway, old mate says to me, he goes, "All right, mate, see you later, big nuts." And I was just like, "Oh, fuck, Mr. Five's just going to run with that." Jesus.
Of course, it was Mr. Five.
Yeah. So he's gone. He's yelled out the window, "Yep, see you, big nuts." And I was like, "Oh, fucking hell, righto." He just laughed. Old mate just laughed. It's all good.
That's all. I didn't think it was very bad. I was just more thinking, what's coming now?
I know. I hope he doesn't go to school and call his teacher big nuts. That's all I'm hoping. My shit that story of the week is I took the we took the kids to the park on the weekend, as you do, try and get out of the house and get rid of the cabin fever. And there's one of those carousels at the park, you know, the ones that lean and they spin around,
Yeah.
and the kids just sit on them. And yeah, we went a bit too hard. So it's sort of dad advice, but it's also a shit dad moment because I was sort of tired and I didn't really want to be standing up. But when your kid asks to swing you or push you or something, you're not going to be like, no, I'm sitting down. So obviously you're like, yeah, no worries, I'll be there in a sec. So instead of just sort of giving a little tame spin, I've come over as Hurricane Daddy, and I've just gone, ready, 1, 2, 3, whoosh, and put like all my muscle into it. And
Is this a single seat one?
Oh, it was like just the tray. It was just the steel.
Oh, yeah.
Steel
Okay,
tray,
so
and
tray,
it was spinning around, and the kids are just sitting on it and like holding onto the middle part.
Yeah.
And Mr. 5 obviously was having the time of his life. He was going a million miles an hour, loving every second of it. And then I gave it an extra push, and he was having the time of his life until he wasn't having the time of his life.
Until he realised.
And he just went whoom, straight off the side. Straight.
That was a double moment of he knew he fucked up in this moment.
He knew he fucked up. So that was my moment. Having fun until he wasn't having fun because he was on the deck. Finally, so I have my daughter at home on a Monday because she doesn't go to daycare those days, and I've been up all night watching soccer last night because Manchester United winning the League Cup final. No biggie, just a massive shout out to the boys.
Yep.
Stayed up all night watching that. So I was just exhausted today. And little miss, she's not allowed to sleep, but I am. So if she sleeps, she doesn't sleep till all hours of the night.
Yeah,
so we're like, no, you are not sleeping during the day. You're going to stay awake as long as possible. And if that means throwing just the most shit show that you just find like mesmerizing on the TV so that daddy can cop a 20-minute nap, that's what's going to happen. So that's how I rolled this afternoon. Had a little 20-minute power nap, and little one stayed awake, and now she's asleep in time for us to come record a potty.
How good is that? Just question there for all the dads listening. What's little Miss 3's go-to mesmerised on the screen?
Oh, usually it's some stupid YouTube kids, like colourful marbles in water, that sort of shit.
Okay.
Today it was Gabby's Dollhouse. We threw a bit of Gabby's on Netflix. Yep, and that's a winner for little girls. They love that shit. So
mate, mine's just like the singing ones.
Oh yeah,
like Little Angel and Coco Melon.
I refuse to put Coco Melon on for her.
No, don't put Little Angel on because it's the exact same.
Oh, is
it? But literally, if I want 10 minutes. Apart from just putting the TV on, eventually you'll lose it. But it will just be and not moving.
Mesmerised.
Yeah.
Oh, sick. All right, sweet. Do you have any final thoughts, Dave Odd?
No, just like our punters have kind of, added into our shit dad at Insta. Try to be present. Be more present if you can, because then that's going to improve everything. We're not silly. We know it. It's just about doing it. So that's my, final thought.
Nice. That's fair enough as well. My final thought is basically that dad hack before. If you're at the park, you want to look like a good dad, but also go for a sit down. Make your kid face plant on something.
Yeah.
Like not a dangerous way, but just give him an extra bit of a scare, like an extra high push on the swing or an extra heavy spin on the carousel, and they won't want you to do that anymore.
Yeah, I was going to say, it gives you another couple of trips to the park.
Cop yourself an extra 10 minutes of chilling out. So that's good. That wraps up another week for the Shit Dad podcast, episode 79. Thanks again for listening, and I'm out.
See y'all.
Whether you came for some dad advice, a laugh, or some dad hacks, we thank you for taking the time out of your day to listen.
Please get involved on our socials at ShitDadPod on Instagram and TikTok, or ShitDad Podcast on Facebook, and of course the share line 07 30 40 95 45.
And support the guys who keep us rolling. Black Property Group and Anytime Fitness Griffin. Add value to your house with your dad bod out.
And don't forget, whether you're here for your kids daily or not, be present wherever you can, because we're all in the same boat when it comes to fatherhood for the kids.